Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about having the right mindset when you're in the gym. So I know in the last video I talked about what caused me to fall in love with the gym and what caused me to start lifting weights. But in this video, I also want to elaborate on the right mindset that you should have in the gym. Because I know I touched on in the last video when I first started lifting weights, a lot of that was because girls had rejected me, or I felt like girls had never reciprocated the energy that I always put forth. And so that was one thing where when I first started lifting weights, and even though it gave me a great push and it pushed me and it motivated me to lift harder and want to get stronger, it also just, to a certain extent, the way I was looking at things, it also was really harmful to my mental health, because instead of kind of focusing on myself when I was in the gym and building myself up, I feel like I more so would lift from a point of animosity or resentment towards the people that I felt like did me wrong, or the people that I feel did me dirty. And what I realized was, if I ever had to go a few days or a week or whatever without lifting weights, I'd feel really bad. Not just because I wasn't lifting, but because I was so reliant on the gym to kind of get out all that frustration, all that anger. And what I had to realize was, I shouldn't want to lift weights to build up my physique to prove a girl wrong, or to, I guess, flex or stunt on a girl that I feel did me wrong. I should want to lift weights and build myself up for me, because at the end of the day, even if the girl that curved me or whatever, if I never see her again, or if she's never into me, at least I have the gains to show for that. And so I always try, like now when I'm lifting, even if a girl I feel did me wrong or, disrespected me, I'll still use it as motivation when I'm in the gym. But the difference is, I don't allow that to come from a point of animosity. I don't lift weights from the standpoint of, oh, well, so-and-so, curved me or did me wrong. Well, screw them, or, they can go to hell or whatever. Oftentimes, what I like to do is, whether it's a text message or whatever, I'll screenshot it. And I like to look at it sometimes before I lift weights, just to motivate me, not from a standpoint of, oh, well, forget them or screw them, but from a standpoint of like, okay, like, I understand, this didn't go the way I wanted to, but I still need to work on myself. And if I can channel those feelings from that situation into the gym, it's, it's gonna help me get stronger, but at the same time, it's also better for my mental when I think about it like that, and not from a standpoint of screw so-and-so, or, so-and-so did me wrong. And another analogy I'll throw in there as well is, I almost think about it like, if I was in the NBA and I got drafted in the second round, I could look at it from a standpoint of, oh, this team passed on me, F them, or this team passed on me, screw them. I'm never going to watch their games on TV. No one in my family can be a fan of theirs. Or I can say, you know what? I got drafted. I'm super thankful for the team that believed in me. And yeah, a lot of teams passed on me, but that's just more motivation to keep working. I'm not going to look at it from a standpoint of, well, this team, passed on me, so screw them, or, these guys, the talent, the scouts, the talent evaluators, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to look at it from a standpoint of like, okay, like, these guys passed on me. I'm going to work as hard as I can just to make the team, just to prove myself right, I guess is the best way to put it. I think, once I started looking at things from that perspective, and I stopped focusing on proving people wrong, and I started to focus on proving myself right, I started to feel a lot better in the weight room and outside of the weight room. Because you should always try and lift weights with the standpoint of improving yourself. Once you get to the point where you're focusing too much on other people when you're in the gym, that can become detrimental. Because and let's say, for example, if there was one person that did you wrong, and you were using them as motivation, and you had animosity in your heart, if that person ever comes around or starts showing you love, now all of a sudden you're at a weird place, because now you don't know where to summon that motivation anymore. And that was another thing with me as well. I found that once I hit a point where I felt like, okay, well, you know, yeah, that happened in high school. I can't necessarily draw on that anymore, or, it doesn't hit me the same because it was so long ago. Once I hit that point, because I had switched up my mentality from a standpoint of so-and-so did me wrong, screw them, to, okay, I'm going to work on myself and prove myself right, it helped me even more to continue lifting weights. Because regardless of what's going on the outside world, the external, people that want you, people that don't want you, people that show you love, people that disrespect you and curve you, as long as you lift weights for the same reason of proving yourself right and continuing to work on yourself, either way you can't lose. And if someone ever does you wrong, a team passes on you, or a job passes on you, and you use that for fuel to better yourself, you'll feel that, and you'll find that you will just be in a much better place overall. And so that was the thing that really, I guess, changed everything for me, was going from that place to just a place of, you know what, like, so-and-so did me wrong. Okay, I'm going to use that as motivation, but not in a hateful way towards them. More so in a way where I'm just going to build myself. And I know that for me, I personally enjoy that. And I think that's why I've come to, I guess, embrace rejection, because I believe it just motivates me to work harder. I've tried to get to the point where I'm not so hard on myself anymore, whether it's, a girl not wanting me, or a girl rejecting me, or something just not going the way I've wanted. I've really tried, long term, to not be as hard on myself. So that way, a week later, I'm not dwelling on this girl that curved me, a week ago, or I'm not I'm not focusing my energy on stuff that happened super long ago, when I'm outside the gym and things like that. So yeah, I think that's another thing you'll find is, when you get to that point, yeah, you'll use that stuff as motivation when you're inside the gym, but when you're outside of the gym, it allows you more peace when you're not coming at it from a spiteful standpoint or a hateful standpoint. Once you leave the gym, it's like, okay, cool, I worked on myself, I have that closure, I can move on to what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I think it makes it easier to kind of to flip that switch, I guess, if you know what I'm saying, like to go from, okay, I need to go in on this workout, to, okay, cool, I went in on this workout, I use that for my motivation for that, and now I can go on about my day, knowing that I took that time to work on myself. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to record that, this video real quick, and just talk about how important your mindset is when you're in the gym, and how it's okay to allow rejection to fuel you in the gym, but you also shouldn't allow it to consume you. You shouldn't allow failure to consume you. You shouldn't allow rejection to consume you. They're just small blips, and at the end of the day, it's not about what happens to you, it's about what you do about it. Yeah, if someone rejected you, you can dwell on that for years to come, but it's all about what are you doing about that to work on yourself. And so that's why I think lifting weights is super important, and it's vital, I think, to, and not even necessarily lifting weights, just going to the gym in general, or even some kind of physical activity, whether you go for walks, whether you like hiking, some kind of release where you can kind of, get up and like move around a little bit is super important, just to maintain your mental health and your physical health, and your emotional health as well. So yeah, you guys, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.